Hello and welcome to what's going to be my first video for the, what we're going to coin as Dawntrail Tours, I guess is kind of what I think I'll call it. But I really love the zones in this game. I got to think about it a bit more. It's up there in terms of my favorite zones. I think some of the work they've done here to really immerse you into the world is phenomenal. It's definitely some of their most detailed environments, and every environment is super unique. So I figure I'm going to do a series of videos. We'll go through. There's, you know, just like every previous expansion, there's ultimately 6 zones that you can explore, and I'll take you through them as I, you know, get flying and everything unlocked. So this is the first zone. It's called Urqopacha. And yes, this is where the llamas are. So you're going to find the llamas here. You're going to find the Palo, who is kind of, I guess, the local tribe in the area here. They're these little guys wearing the red outfits here. They're quite cute. They kind of look like little duck men, I guess, for lack of a better term, something like that. And we are starting off basically where you come into the zone here. So you enter the zone kind of from the back here, and then the sky's the limit from there. So let's take you around. I'll show you around, and we can take a good look at the zone. So here's the main village right here. This is where you're going to be doing most of your main questing. I haven't done too many of the quests in the outside areas, but of course there's always lots of stuff to do around the zone, all that kind of stuff. But this is your main hub here. This is where you're going to be chilling. And let's get a better vantage point of it. We'll go up and get a better view of it from here, so you can know what we're looking at. You can see it's nicely tucked away into this valley. Quite a nice looking area, and you guessed it, they are llama farmers. They are also, the Palo are also traders, merchants, that kind of thing. Oh, we got the music changed there, as you can see. There's another player just kind of chilling out there, doing what they're doing, you know, going on their own little side quests. And I really like the Aetherites here as well. Like the work they've done with the Aetherites. Every zone again kind of has its own look and feel for the Aetherite. They definitely gussied them up quite a bit in terms of just visual design. And I really like on the huts here, something that I really enjoy is these cute little white pom-poms on the top. And I guess, you know, the assumption being that the pom-poms are made of llama fur, I guess, is kind of my guess. And one thing that you'll notice about this expansion, I think, compared to previous ones is, not to say that the use of color was ever bad, it's always been good, but they definitely added a lot more vibrant colors. You can see we've got kind of all these different textiles and whatnot covering different parts of the buildings and the transportation units, if you will, I guess. And there's a lot of cactuses, as you can see, a lot of desert brush that is here. I don't remember if we've ever, I mean, obviously there's cactar, obviously we've had cactar. If we actually had cactuses, I guess Stormblood probably has some cactuses. I don't really remember, to be honest, but certainly you're going to encounter a number of cactuses, or cacti, if you will, in this expansion. So let's take a little gander up. We'll go to the west side of the map here. Not a heck of a lot too much over here, just some open area, but right below the landing, or right on this landing here, is going to be the agave farm. So mezcal is a very popular drink in this area. The Palo love to produce their mezcal. They really enjoy that. And what do you need to produce the mezcal? You need the agave. And so here's their nice little agave farm, and mezcal will actually play a central role in one of the quests that you'll complete. So again, there's not really too much in terms of like what you're gonna do over here. It's just nice to see the attention to detail. You can see the workers walking amongst the agave plants there, doing what they need to do. And here, if we move on from there, you will see there's quite a ridge and a big drop down. And something they've added with the graphics update is a lot of extra lighting and just environmental effects like this. So I've noticed there's definitely a lot more like fog and mist and things like that, which is quite nice. You can even actually see it as you look up to this mountain here. This mountain also does play a central role. Won't give you any spoilers there. You can watch some of my other videos if you're interested in seeing what that's all about. But so very, very nice. If we just pull up back here, you can see there's ruins over there up top, right? So we're gonna move on. I'm gonna move pretty quick here for a second, get us over the ridge, and we will take a look at the area from up here. And this is still kind of just a path leading, which is supposedly down. If we go down this path, there's some kind of wild llama stuff going on down there. We never actually get to go down there, but there's an interesting event that takes place there for sure. And just more of the Pelu settlement here. Very nice areas. I love the little homes. The attention to detail and whatnot that has gone into the homes here is quite pleasant, I must say. And then I don't know what kind of plants these are, but these are interesting looking plants, aren't they? I couldn't tell you. I feel like I've seen these in real life, but I couldn't tell you what they are. And then we have this guy here. He's a tough guy. You don't want to mess with him, so I'm not quite ready to take him on yet. You probably want to avoid him until you're a higher level, but he's a cute little guy there. And then look at, of course, what would any Final Fantasy game be without our cactars? They're running around, just chilling, doing their own thing there. And up above here, we continue to see more things going on. Now, I don't remember what this was exactly. This almost... Okay, they're picking the nuts here. I honestly can't remember exactly what was going on here, to be completely honest with you. Almost looks like a tree farm, but I don't think it is. They're harvesting some kind of leaf from that area. Not 100% sure. I'm sure they told me at some point, but honestly, I don't remember. Hey, if you remember, throw it in the comments. I don't remember what's going on there at all. And we've got another player here. They're looks like they're picking some herbs. And one thing that you will find about the new expansion that I really enjoy, or a big fan of here, is just the sense of verticality. There is a real sense of verticality in every single new region and zone. It is honestly the work and effort put into the design here, just the amount of detail and care that went into the zones here. Very, very nice, very highly enjoyable. So that's kind of, I would say, a good survey of the Pelu main area here. So let's move up now, and let's get a higher vantage point. We're gonna go way up here, and we're going to give you a good look at the next kind of main region of the map here. And this is where the Yakuwi are. Now, I couldn't explain the significance of everything going on here, but they're kind of an ancient tribe of peoples, which you'll see soon enough. But they share this space and they live in harmony. But again, you can see the verticality here, right? We just went up quite a bit. And you can look down and you can see all the crags and cliff faces and all of that. It is quite nice, I must say. And let's move along here. Love the detail on the mountains in the background there. You know, they really went for the painterly world thing in the back, you know, which I really love. I love when there's detailed backgrounds like that, almost like old school Final Fantasy did that really well, right? They were still images, but they were always these really well designed, beautifully laid out areas here. And here's a Yakui. He's kind of just hanging out. He looks like he might be a little injured, you know. His arm looks a little sore there. I hope he's all right. We're not going to actually be going down the hallway here. We'll save that. There's not honestly much going on over there. And it is a main story area. We're just gonna keep to the main path here. And here's one of the more interesting enemies. It's kind of a big bull man with a club. He had a funny name. I can't remember. I remember what the heck their names were now, but they had a funny name. Stomper or something like that. I can't remember what it was. And then, oh yeah, and then look at this, hey? It's almost like, so it's the typical fire enemies here, but in rock form, almost like Geodude or something like that. And that's kind of what that reminds me of. That's kind of fun. And some more architecture here, and then yes, here's a spot here as well. You can see obviously that leads somewhere. You know, perhaps somewhere in here. Who knows? Who knows? Who am I to say, right? And again, let's get a good look out at the vista here. The ancient temple area here. And we've got some fire coming out of this volcano, like an open wound. Very fun. Love the attention to detail there. Who knows what they use that fire for? Perhaps smithing or making their tools and all that kind of good stuff, you know? And here, this is a dangerous area. You want to be careful here. People here are not friendly. I will warn you about that. Looks like they've got some farms and stuff going on out there. Just a small little village of Yakui residents here, but they may not be the friendliest of Yakui. So you probably want to leave them alone, but nice little settlement they have going on there. And hey, let's go take a look since we're close by. Let's go take a look at the ruins. So I will say the graphics update is, you know, by no means is it perfect. This is still, you know, this is an older game. So there's still things that could be improved in the long run, but I do think it has helped a lot. It's really made some of these areas look really, really, really nice. And it's, yeah, really helped me get immersed into some of these areas and just the environments and the zones. The music has been great. I don't know what that thing is. Like a dinosaur. Little weird raptor slash triceratops thing. Here's just some interesting ancient ruins here. And let's move closer towards the Yakui settlement. And let's check that out. And see what they're up to over here. They are a secretive bunch. Well, before we head over there, I'll just show you quickly. It's not really anything interesting, but we can see there's... It's like, you know, some magma and rocks and lava here. Of course, we've got some magma fire-type creatures. You know, what would a Final Fantasy game be without our magma creatures? You've seen those enemy types in other expansions. Very similar, but, you know, just really emanating the power of the mountains slash volcano that we're dealing with here. And I don't know if you can see off into the distance yet, but the aetheryte crystal is over there, tucked into the city. And let's get a good look. Actually, let's look over the cliff face again. And look how far away we are from that central hub. Look at that. You know, the sense of scale here is, I just feel it's done really well. Even you look over at the little temple there. Feels like it's miles away at this point. I don't know, call me crazy, but I just feel like the sense of this feeling of the sense of scale here in this expansion is on a bit of a different level than what we've experienced in previous expansions. Correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, there's definitely some areas I can think of that I love. But there's something about the zones that they've designed here that really, really do it for me. And here we go. This is kind of the Yahui main village, or whatever you want to call it. I guess kind of more of a religious area. They do have some strong spiritual religious beliefs, which will tie into your relationships and the characters and stuff that you'll meet in this area, of course. And again, we've got a Yahui there. Got some people warping in, checking it out. We've got one standing guard here. And you will find, I think, that there's a lot of just kind of NPCs standing around, just doing kind of their own things. You know, he's counting bricks, or who knows what they're doing. This guy's just, you know, he's on lunch break here. He just needs to stare at this waterfall and unwind a bit. I know that feeling after you've had a long, hard day at work. Sometimes you just need to refresh your mind, but you'll just see that there's a lot of nice little touches here with NPCs interacting with each other, talking to one another, kind of doing their thing. Again, just helping with the immersion of the moment, getting you into it. More Yahui. And we're gonna move pretty quick here for a second, because I want to let's just get a shot from the side here. And let's go up, 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 up. Let's see how far up we can get, and we'll get a nice serene shot of the temple area here. There you go. It's looking real good. I don't want to show you too much here, because you might have some questions about why is it like that? What happened there? So we're not gonna look at the temple in depth here. I mean, you got a good look at it though. Again, just a nice panoramic view of the aetheryte. And then behind that really is kind of just these blasted lands leading off into there. And those are kind of, I'm going to say, the significant parts of the map. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this tour of what is known as Urqopacha. I think it's a great starting area. Like, this is the first major area you go to in the expansion. Really cool, really nice. Has a lot of robust characteristics to it. It's got a lot of personality. I'm a big fan, and to be honest with you, this is kind of just the tip of the iceberg, because I think some of the later areas get even more interesting than this. But to come into this area as your first foray into the new expansion, it's quite nice, I must say. I really enjoyed it, and I highly suggest getting flying as early as possible, not just for the gameplay aspects, but so that you can do this, you can just explore and soak in the zones the way that I am here. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you on the next one.